Excited for you that you get to see this again.
Crank up the volume for the biggest event of the summer.
Oh, come on.
Guardians is laugh out loud funny.
Exactly, you idiots.
Oh, no.
The perfect conclusion of the Guardians trilogy.
It's good to have friends.
It's the best Marvel movie since Endgame.
So, that happened.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters May 5th.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and it looks like Marvel Studios is no longer stuck. It looks like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 gets Marvel Studios out of the rut that it has been in and is back to making amazing quality films. We have some reviews and reactions in for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Marvel Studios has been promoting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 over in Europe. They've had some premieres already, and they've had some fan screenings as well. And people have shared their reviews and their reactions online, more than just what we saw in that quick little teaser from Marvel Studios. And what's really awesome is that most of these reviews, a vast majority of them, are really good. However, the ones that aren't necessarily all that good are pretty interesting, specifically mentioning new characters. So we'll dive into what these reviews said in this video. But first, if you love Marvel Comics and DC Comics, I want to tell you all about my buddies over at comicbookdirect.com. They have created a website and company that makes comic book shopping the easiest it can possibly be. They deliver comics straight to your door. You can get one-off comics, or you can sign up for an entire run and get a pretty big discount if you do so. And they'll ship the latest issue right to your door each week. They have the latest from Marvel if you're trying to keep up to date with all of the recent projects. They have the latest from DC as well. And it's an all-in-one shop for your comics. Everything that you need in one place. You can sign up for a membership to get free shipping and a mystery box each month. And the next 100 people to sign up get 20% off their first order using the link in the description down below. Now, just alone in the little teaser that Marvel Studios has given us on their official YouTube page and on Instagram and Twitter, we've already heard reviews that are very simple and one-worded reviews like epic, breathtaking, incredible, striking, thrilling, brilliant, entertaining. And again, of course, coming from people who have seen the movie. More quick reviews include laugh out loud funny, amazing, spectacular, sublime, moving, and we're gonna get into that. But some people have called it the perfect conclusion. And some longer reactions and reviews that we're about to get into talk about how this is actually kind of a dark Guardians of the Galaxy film, but at the same time, it still has those comedic aspects to it, of course. But one of the biggest quotes that sticks out is from Pathé France, and they said that it's the best Marvel movie since Endgame, which is a big statement. Now, I know there's a big group of people out there, a big crowd of the audience who have been disappointed with Marvel since Phase 4, and of course with Phase 5 with Ant-Man. So this should mean a lot to those people. Now, don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people out there who have pretty much loved everything Marvel has done still, and that is fantastic. But either way, no matter which side you're on, these reviews make Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 sound like one of the best Marvel movies that we've gotten. So let's take a look at these longer reviews. Emile Franchi from Absolute Radio said this: "After seeing it twice, I can safely say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 completes the perfect MCU trilogy. It's heartbreaking and hilarious, and I've loved this team from the first Uga Shaka. A blast for 10 years. Now, we knew that it was going to be hilarious. This part is definitely known. But one thing that Emil says in his review is that it's heartbreaking. And you're going to see a lot of this as we go through more reviews. And keep in mind, this probably has to do with deaths. No spoilers in this video. Of course, they cannot tweet out or post any type of spoilers. And I see this movie on Thursday, and I can post my actual review on Friday. So keep an eye out for my reaction and then my review. But the fact that so many of these reviews and reactions already say heartbreaking gets us concerned about who is going to die. Now, Mado, and I apologize if I don't get some of these names right, from Crunchyroll News said this: Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is my favorite of the trilogy. Promo plus humor mastered. Each character shines solo to evolve as a team. The cameos of James Gunn's friends are funny, and the only problem is Adam Warlock. But this is his first film. In short, best Marvel since 4 or 5 films. So this review states that this is the best Guardians film out of the 3 that we have. And that's really saying something because it is really hard to make a second film just as good or better as the first, let alone a third film. That's actually pretty rare. Most sequels don't do as well as the first one. But here we have somebody stating that Guardians 3 is their favorite. Here's another interesting one. Lily Laforme says, "This movie, my heart is full and broken at the same time. It was a lot to process, a very complex story, but it left me feeling awesome." So she says her heart is full and broken at the same time. Again, I think these people are referring to some deaths. But people have also said that this is the perfect ending for the Guardians trilogy, so clearly something really great does happen at the end, and I'm guessing that something great is probably with Rocket. We have been told that this movie really is to kind of wrap up the story of not just the Guardians, but specifically Rocket. He's the one that gets kidnapped by the High Evolutionary, and his story is coming to an end as he faces the High Evolutionary. I still don't know if I think he's gonna die or survive, but I think the happiness and the heartbrokenness could be both about Rocket. He could get a happy ending, but he could still die, which sounds contradictory, but it could definitely still happen. Steven of Les Dossiers Geek, and again, so sorry if I'm not pronouncing these right, said this: "Spoiler-free review. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is my favorite. More mature, more violent, but still in the DNA of the Guardians. Staging level, I wanted to shout, voila, Marvel, finally. This film is doing a lot of good for mixed fans of the latest projects." Again, another review stating that Guardians 3 is the best one. And Steven particularly said that this film is doing a lot of good for mixed fans of the latest projects. That's for all of the people who have basically been stating that Marvel has been kind of mid lately and nothing too spectacular. And here's yet another one from Marvel's Story of France. They say, "James Gunn leaves with honors. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the most touching and the best realized of the trilogy. A very good conclusion for this endearing Guardians team, and how good it is for the MCU." So another one stating that this film definitely has something above the other two in some aspects at least, and yet another one stating that this movie is good for the MCU, meaning it is above what we've gotten recently. Now, in regards to Adam Warlock, there are some good comments about him. Digital Spy's Ian Samwell stated, "Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a brilliant end to a brilliant trilogy. It's very funny, emotional, and everybody gets their standout moment. Will Poulter's Warlock is a terrific addition, yet the focus is rightly on telling a satisfying end for the Guardians. Gonna miss them." So here's a review stating that Adam Warlock is actually good. It's a good character. And another review stating that everybody kind of gets their moment, which is great because this is the end for a lot of them. So it looks like James Gunn, of course, really put a lot into this because he knew it was going to be the last one. So he made sure that this film did justice to not only the Guardians team, but each individual character that makes up the Guardians. And of course, villains as well. But it sounds like you should be prepared to cry. Alexander Cardello from MovieZine said this: "Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is more than ever Star Wars as a stoner comedy. Lovable weirdos, big Marvel action and goofy jokes, but nothing can prepare you for all the emotions. Rocket Raccoon's origin story is beautiful and heart-wrenching." A German journalist, Marcus Trutt, said this: "Guardians 3 is probably the saddest and darkest MCU film and a wonderfully rounded conclusion to Gunn's trilogy, where everyone in the fight against a mean but rather shallow villain gets their big moment again. Have tissues ready." So basically what we've been hearing is that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is an amazing movie, and it is definitely the end for the Guardians, and some of them are going to die, and that's going to be pretty heart-wrenching for a lot of people. It's going to be sad, it's going to be dark, and of course that is probably because of the High Evolutionary. Of course he's going to be experimenting on people, and we'll see him experiment on little baby Rocket Raccoon, so that's dark. But it still does have that same classic Guardians of the Galaxy goofy action-adventure ride. So this should give Marvel fans hope that Marvel Studios is about to pick it back up and start making nothing but amazing movies again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And again, I see this Thursday night at the LA premiere, so be sure to hit that notification bell because I'll be posting my reaction right when I get out of the theater and a review the next day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below so you can enter our giveaway. We're giving away a PS5, a Xbox Series X, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. Winner gets to pick, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.